All right. Hello and good morning, Susan. How are you?
Good morning. I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing good. I would love for you to just kickstart this interview if you don't mind and tell me a little bit about your professional experience.
I started off about 2014 at Meridian Asset Services as a
Mhm.
document specialist. And most recently, I had a remote position with Thrivent doing customer service as
Absolutely.
well.
Awesome. And I also have your resume here as well, Susan, and I want to touch base on your professional experience a little bit as well. So, as you mentioned, you worked at Meridian Asset Services as a document specialist there for about 2 years. I see you've also worked in a few positions that was like a loan technician, insurer. You worked a lot with, insurance companies. And then most recently, one of your last roles was with Thrivent as a customer issue or service representative. So from what I can see, you have extensive experience in customer service. What I can see, perhaps well over 10 years now. Now, I also want to go ahead and touch base that on your resume, I see that you've been working, a few remote positions over the last few years. We know that this role is fully on site. So tell me about, going from remote to, an in-person position and what changed your mind about that.
Well, having been remote for quite a few years, I'm kind of feeling isolated. So I would like to get back into an office and have some more personal interaction with people
Yeah,
rather than just on Teams or Zoom.
I
That'd
agree.
be a
I
good
agree.
change.
Yeah, it's funny you mentioned that because I've been working remote for about 2 years now, and I'm like, I need to feel people, I need to see them in person. So
It was
I
good at
agree.
first, but
I agree.
time for
You mentioned,
change.
yeah, it's that human interaction. We
Yes,
need that sometimes,
most
but
definitely.
absolutely. And I just want to confirm, we looked at the location as well from your residence over to the, comparing it to the, I say distance to the facility itself. And you're about 15 minutes away. So commuting daily won't be an issue at all, correct?
No, not at all.
Okay, beautiful stuff. I want to touch base a little bit on your, organization skills and, prioritizing simply because kind of as we discussed, this position has a lot of, not a lot, right? But there's, a lot of duties that are going to entail throughout your day to day, with being a receptionist, handling walk-ins, emails, phone calls, administrative duties, as well as supporting the team. So how would you organize yourself throughout the day to day and just maintain your priorities as well?
I usually would go start my day checking emails and seeing what's there if there's anything of importance. I know it'll be different in an office compared to how I've been here remote, so that's going to vary, I guess.
Yeah.
If there's customer interaction or how they want me to prioritize it, I don't. I guess as it comes along. I
Absolutely.
used to work out of queues, so I would do it that way, but I don't know how this job is going to be.
Yeah, absolutely. If I'm not mistaken, I believe that you'll be working with like the office manager and then the COO as well,
Okay.
who they will of course assign tasks. You prioritize those tasks, so that won't be an issue as far as knowing what your priorities are. So
Sounds
that
good.
sounds amazing. Now, I want to touch base a little bit on your software knowledge or some softwares that you used before, if you don't mind sharing that with me.
I've used a lot of real estate type mortgage software, Encompass and Salesforce, which I don't think I would be using here. I've also done a lot of Outlook, Google. I know Excel, Word, just all the regular office software.
Awesome. Awesome. And I want to touch base a little bit on your Excel skills. Are you comfortable in the case they come back and say, hey, Susan, can you create a simple spreadsheet, just a few columns here and there? Are you comfortable creating that spreadsheet?
I am. I had to do that before on my other jobs, so that
Okay.
I am.
Awesome. Awesome. Just want to ensure because more than likely we'll be assigned that task. I know we've had some struggles with others not being able to create a spreadsheet. So I appreciate that. Now, to wrap up the interview here, just two last questions. Now, as far as any time off that you'll be needing, do you need any time off that we should know about in advance?
I don't have any vacations or anything planned,
Mhm.
but towards the end of the year thing, we usually do take a couple of days here and there with the holidays, but there's nothing set in stone with anything.
Okay, okay, not quite yet. Okay,
I can,
beautiful.
no,
And
I
then
can worry
let's,
about that when it comes.
yeah, absolutely. And we can, of course, honor that in advance. If you know any dates or, any plans, beforehand, we can always coordinate that with you as well. And then as far as starting, I know my clients looking to have our candidates start on the 6th of July. So in about 2 weeks or so. Were you comfortable with that start date?
I'm comfortable with that. That's fine.
Awesome stuff. Well, Susan, it's been a pleasure chatting with you and getting to know your experience a bit further. I do just want to conclude this interview. And if you don't mind, stay with me on the line really quickly. I want to chat with you.
Okay.
Thank you.